Alright, we're about to start up again.
Okay.
Look official, look good. Josh,
Did we ever?
Josh, seriously, put that unibrow.
It's not even...
You both just deleted to look.
Okay.
Because I definitely wouldn't have noticed it.
Welcome back to Animation Nation. We're back with a second season with the news roundup. I'm Josh, and this is my stalwart companion, Will. Say hi, Will.
Hi, Will.
Very funny. On today's segment, we are going to cover the following topics.
Let's start this off with the ugly 7 deadly sins. It sucks.
Look how they mess with my boy.
Since its move to the Studio Dean, the animation quality of the series has suffered greatly, and the fans have definitely noticed. With the most recent battle, Escanor versus Meliodas, being what many fans consider the major turning point in the series. Fans were outraged to see just how poorly the scene was animated.
Yeah, fans were heated to say the least, and this caused many people to skip the fight entirely in favor of fan-made animations of the fight. I haven't seen the fight, so I can't give my opinion.
And 7 Deadly Sins sucks, so I don't watch it.
All right,
Moving
well,
on.
Hot take. On to the bad. There has been little to no news about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean getting an anime adaptation.
However, this is not out of the ordinary. There is typically a 2-year gap between anime releases, and if this holds true, we should be hearing news about the release date by late 2020 or early 2021 at best. Although, what is not ordinary is the lack of news on the return of Dragon Ball Super.
That's right. DBS is nowhere to be found. Even at Jump Festa, which is the convention Toei and Shueisha make the most announcements revolving around Dragon Ball, no news has been revealed about the upcoming releases. Instead, they announced the continuation of Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle and Season 2 of Dragon Ball Heroes.
This is even more unusual considering the major success of the recent chapters of the manga. All we know is that the fans are chomping at the bit for more Dragon Ball, and Toei is blue balling them. Script.
It's at this point in the script where we're supposed to banter about Dragon Ball, and in all honesty, for the record, it's not that there hasn't been any news, it's just they haven't put out anything massive about it. All we know is it's in works.
And
That's
I
about it.
don't know anything about Dragon Ball Super because I have clinical depression.
Time for the best part of the segment, the good news. Season 1 of the original Digimon series is getting a reboot, and fans are hyped beyond belief for it. Most of the OG voice actors are returning as well. And there are rumors that the following seasons will also get rebooted.
The newest entry into the Yu-Gi-Oh series was recently announced, named Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. The series announcement has been met with a lot of criticism. The cards that have been shown off have been considered either weak or rule-breaking by many.
And the animation style makes the characters look extremely childish and rudimentary, which has turned off quite a few viewers.
These anime protagonists just keep getting younger and younger, don't they?
Yep, just like your taste in women.
Wait, what?
Lastly, the Goblin Slayer movie had its official Japanese release date on February 1st, and it has been rated 8.5 out of 10 by most outlets. Hopefully we'll get a Blu-ray release of it here in the US soon, because from what our sources have told us, this movie is a glorious bloodbath of action. So it's at this point of the script that our glorious writer didn't write an ending to it, so it is up to us anchors to come up with an ending. I don't have an ending, so.
I don't either.
You have to like freeze frame.
Yeah, just.
Freeze frame?
Nah.
We can do a freeze frame.
What, high-fiving? Because
Yeah,
that'll
alright.
just be such a
Do it.
juxtaposition of what we-
3, 2, 1.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait.
I got blood taken today. I'm a little woozy. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna take this Band-Aid off my fingy real quick. I'll cover up all the blood parts so you don't have to. There you go.
No, you didn't.
Phantom Troop. Some of the greatest villains in anime ever, and I won't listen to you if you try to tell me otherwise. I'm Nolan, that guy that convinces you of stuff sometimes, or I have, if I edited the Yuri on Ice video. Today I'm doing a legitimate thing though, which is cool, because I feel like the Phantom Troop are some of the most unique groups of villains that I consistently root for, even over the main character sometimes. Which is just an incredible thing on its own, really, and not a ton of people are aware of them or give them that credit. And my actual friends are very tired of hearing me talk about this in real life. So I'm just gonna kind of, archive the points in a segment. So immediately, you're probably like, why? What makes the Phantom Troop different from other villains? Dumbass. Also, I hate you. You specifically, Nolan Arthur Peters. I understand why you it's a little rude though. And the main reason is they're barely villains. They're really just people with their own ideals and goals in the Hunter x Hunter world, and those goals happen to be in opposition to our main boy crew, but aren't inherently evil per se. And really this I can credit as a strength of the show as a whole. Just about every villain has a complexity that makes you question how really bad they actually are deep down. Except for Genthru! Genthru! He's stupid! And the pedophile clown too, actually. But a lot of what makes the Phantom Troop stand out more than the rest was the build-up to their proper introduction into the series. And we're gonna hit like a whole mess of Hunter x Hunter spoilers from here on out, so just by the way. Before we even meet a member of the Phantom Troop, we know one thing about them. Kurapika, aka totally not Sasuke, hates their guts. He hates them because when he was young, the Phantom Troop massacred his entire clan for their very valuable scarlet red eyes that granted his people increased combat capabilities. Guys, he's not Sasuke, he came before, so please don't even think. Naturally, because anime, that means Kurapika's entire life goal is to now hunt down and kill the Phantom Troop at the ripe old age of 17, as well as find his people's scarlet red eyes. Pretty rough stuff, so now you must be thinking, wow, that sounds like the work of some cold, heartless bastards. Just like you, Nolan, the one performing this segment, a cold-hearted bastard. That one was a lot. Okay, pull through. True, but hold your opinions until the end of the segment. So then some time passes, our good boys do some good boy things, and bam, York New City arc. The Phantom Troop finally emerges.
喪服の楽団が奏でる旋律で
And they're so cool, oh my god. They're so casual about like everything they do, but are so damn awesome. There's one member who gets essentially poisoned and he's like, that kind of blows, and then murders someone with his voice. That's tight as hell. And all the other members while this is happening are just kind of playing cards. Letting them fight the whole mob. Oh, yeah, that's the heroes of this arc, by the way, is just the entire mafia. I love this show a lot, actually. So immediately, the tone has been set. Actually, that's not when the tone is set. It's a lot of stuff like that on a smaller scale, that by the time this scene happens, you're almost expecting that level of crazy to go down. They're monsters and are supposed to feel insurmountable, but it's extra surprising when one of our good boys does a bad boy thing and actually kills their big boy. Most anime would move very differently from this point. Many other shows do stuff like this, when the bigger bad gets all mad and he's like, meh, no matter who is a mere fraction, blah blah, ultimate power, blah blah. Gross. The Phantom Troop does though, is they actually mourn, and several members go through the grief any of us would if we lost a dear friend, because that's the root of what really makes them so interesting to me. They aren't necessarily just like a thrown together team of baddies. They're a group of friends that are real good at killing and stealing things. But at the end of the day, they just work together to work together. And after this very personal attack against them, their whole goal completely shifts for the rest of the arc. Suddenly, these absolute demons are put in a new, much more realistic light, and they're people with feelings, as well as with their insane power. They continue their goal no longer to gain wealth like before, but now for the retribution of a loved one. There's a very little scene that in the grand scheme of the arc is pretty important, but it's treated like such a small detour where the boss of the troop finds himself in the company of a fortune teller who basically writes poems, and they can tell you what's gonna happen in the next month. She gives him a very poetic fortune that is clearly about the loss of Uvogin, and he just bursts into tears. There's nothing more to it. There isn't like a tacky memory or like a flashback or like anything really to go with it. It's just a realization and a reminder that a dear friend of his passed, and it just really hits him so hard. A simple reminder followed by genuine emotion. That level of care is just moving, it's incredible. It creates an interesting complication in the arc, and because as the audience we've now been watching the villains, but it's their greatest adversities we've been watching, so it's really displayed genuinely, and you can't help but honestly want them to win. And honestly, the only real evil we've seen them commit is murder, but the only people they murder are mobsters. Mobsters who at this point have been shown to be kind of asses. Even when Kurapika realizes how regular of people the troop he's been demonizing are, he has a crisis of faith in his mission, and he questions if he really is any better or any different in his quest for redemption as the troop is in theirs. And the arc continues on, and it concludes naturally. And I don't want to ruin that as much as I've already kind of ruined and spoiled a good bit of it, but the troop moves on. They come back several times, but this is the last time that they show up as like the main villains of the arc. They just kind of become a part of the world. People living their lives, they're badass, frankly, crazy life. But they show up with new goals, fun stories, and interesting obstacles, and they never change as people, just our perception of them and their actions up to this point are very different. That's the amazing thing about the Phantom Troop, and that's why I needed to waste all of your time for this long. I like to do a whole segment just about Hunter x Hunter, because in general, the show is phenomenal at subverting tropes and expectations like this, but the Phantom Troop was, I'd argue, the most meticulously executed. And this little love letter of a bit was my best way of appreciating that, and I kind of just had to geek out about these guys first. So, until next time, I'm Nolan. Thanks for watching. Keep that camera on! Come on, guys! You can try!
Hi, welcome back to Animation Nation. We're playing Guess That, the game where we guess that. In this case, music.
Insightful.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory in all honesty. It's in the name.
All right, Nick.
All right, that's with your best shot.
Who are you people?
Oh, we're actually naming ourselves now? Okay, well.
I thought we just had a whole discussion about how we weren't doing that.
I know,
but
right?
all
I thought we did too.
I'm
but
Nolan.
I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm the least appreciated on the show.
Hi, I'm Brad, and I'm the newest guy on the show. Hey.
I'm Charles. I'm the one they refer to as the weird one. And I'm proud of that.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I know weirder.
Hey,
Like him over there.
Who are you, mysterious voice over there?
I'm the producer.
For those who can't hear him,
That's Nick.
our other producer is off screen right now. You probably can't hear him, but he's the one who's going to be playing music
He's just
today.
gonna be miming everything to us. Trying his best. Go. Dragon Ball. Super. Was like Jiren?
Dan Helfman? No, that was a wild guess because I don't recognize it.
Continue.
Does that have to be more specific or no? Because you said Dragon Ball. Wait a minute, no, it's not Jiren. Hold on, it's not Jiren. And Goku, like, I pictured the Arthur meme where he's like, "You touch my toys, DW," and he powers up and goes Super Saiyan.
Oh my god.
No?
Keep playing it.
Great analogy.
Right here. The theme of Akuma Zetto from Long Gone Midnight. Oh man.
I really thought that was it because that was so specific.
I didn't.
Can I hit the button? It is from Dragon Ball, but it is Vegeta's theme. I believe it's called Hell's Belt.
So wait, I don't get the, why do you have to be specific?
This is a character thing.
Oh.
Character thing.
Thank you for specifying the rules,
Oh dear.
Nick.
Oh dear.
Excellent work there, executive producer.
This one's gonna be a challenging
Yeah,
one.
I can't wait for the next season if there is one.
Oh my god.
We really should set the parameters of this a little bit better, but you know,
We'll cut around
we'll
it.
work them out.
We'll cut
If
around
only
it.
we had time to
You know.
explain at the beginning of this.
I know, right?
This is Death Note.
Okay, that was quick.
That's been too.
I keep on thinking
I did not recognize that even a little bit.
I
It's
didn't.
the second.
I noticed it the moment the guitar hit, and that was it.
Death Note.
I am out of my league here.
I knew that one, but I was too afraid to be right.
I touched it first. Just fucking
I know, and I touched your hand.
That's Death Parade.
You pressed it before anything actually played.
I heard it.
Like, I knew it was Death Parade too, but like, the first note of the song, you pressed the button, like, you knew immediately.
Yeah.
Death Parade.
come on, man.
Bro.
Death Parade. It's so good. My God, Death Parade is like very underrated.
I knew.
You're gonna lose.
Like,
I'm gonna lose so hard.
I didn't, jeez, man. All right. I knew by at least the second beat that it was Death Parade, but you like, second in, you hit the button.
No, I'm gonna banner about Death Parade because more people need to watch Death Parade. Go watch Death Parade. You, one viewer on YouTube, which is probably me watching myself right now, rewatch Death Parade because it's good.
All right, whatever. Go on to the next. The
This
next.
next song will go perfectly with that.
Ultra Instinct Goku.
There goes my shot.
The one you
The
would have
one I would
known.
have definitely
That's
gotten.
Nestle's, right?
But then again, it's the one we all definitely would have gotten.
Yeah.
But if Fighting Dreamers on here, ooh, I'm gonna get
That is
Fighting
like
Dreamers.
that is my favorite
Oh
opening.
yeah.
Goku, when he goes God mode, I forget the name of the thing, but it's when he's fighting what's his face. It's you know what I'm talking about. Super Saiyan God Blue or whatever. He's
Ultrasonic.
no Ultras. You know what I'm talking about. He's fighting that dude that looks like an alien.
How did you forget the most dynamic and well-put-together villain in Dragon Ball history?
He literally
His
oh,
development was so good.
it wasn't though.
I was so attached to him as a person and character.
Okay, you get that point, but it's called Ultra Instinct.
Ultra Instinct, whatever. You think my instincts are good? No.
See?
There wasn't even music. That was just sound effects.
I give up.
I feel like I've heard it before.
My Hero Academia?
No, not even close. Not even close.
That's okay, Brad. Okay.
I watch tons of anime, as all the viewers can tell at home.
Yeah, as you
Give
can
us-
tell by his
Give
sports
us 10 more seconds.
hoodie, it's the
Yeah.
Steelers on it. He's clearly an anime fan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I kind of you hit it by like the first note. I caught it on by like the third, and you're like, okay, well, all right, there you go.
Cory in the House.
Me.
Okay, the answer is over.
Say it again.
So garbage is what you're saying.
Congratulations, Brad. You got a royal applause.
Hear the clapping back there for the audience who can't.
I'm sorry I'm so dense.
Okay,
Cartoon opening.
Okay.
Oh.
I feel like I know what it is, but
Explain.
Justice League Unlimited.
Oh, okay.
Justice League Unlimited.
Oh, is that the one with Martin's, what's his name, Stewart as Green Lantern?
Yes.
The good one. Okay, the good Green Lantern.
That show is.
And-
I never ever watched it. I had like
used to
one
watch it.
DVD with 3 episodes I watched over and over again as a kid, but then nothing
It's,
else.
it's connected to the Superman animated series and the Batman animated series.
I did
so,
know
like,
that, yeah. Like I wanted to.
Justice League? Yeah! Oh my God, you threw me back to my childhood. I love Justice League so much. it took me a solid second too, and I was like, it can't be. Like, there's no way they have actual taste here.
It is also a cartoon opening.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Now, I'll preface this by saying it's not the official opening because I got hammered with copyright and copper the entire time.
So it's like a cover of it, or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna be difficult, probably.
Batman Beyond.
Start again.
Okay.
I'm just here for the memory.
Next one.
Participation,
man. At least you were here, man.
Game? No, thank you. I'm full.
I don't get no games.
Did you want to win? Nah.
No, God, no. I'm just here for the fun time. But me and Will have a solid strategy where he's just gonna sweep the whole next round.
Yes, that's the strategy.
Yep.
From an anime.
I don't think.
Zuko from Avatar: Last Airbender.
All right.
That's gonna.
Still not.
Should we just give one to you? Like,
No, I will take pity.
I like.
It's Escanor's thing from Seven Deadly Sins.
I think these producers are all looking out for each other.
No,
I think
I'm
this
not
game-
even a producer for this show.
I think this is rigged.
Cartoons.
Zombie Island. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. The zombie game.
Scooby-Doo. It's from Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, I don't know all the movies for Scooby-Doo. You know how many movies there are?
There's like 30.
Yeah, there's like Cyber Attack, there's an Alien one.
Scooby-Doo Cyber Attack.
No, it's not Cyber Attack.
It's the one where they're in the zombie island or whatever.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to just say zombie.
I like
I literally thought that, and then I was like, that can't be it.
No idea how much I watched that movie when I was a kid.
It was so good.
I know, right? It's like the best.
Did you know they made a sequel to it, like last year? Yeah, it was garbage. It went like direct to DVD,
Hold on,
and no
Tom.
one liked it.
I
But
like
they did.
the
And they
original one
retcon-
when-
And they retconned like so much of it apparently.
What was the other one? I like the Alien one, and I like the
The Cyber Chase.
The Cyber Chase.
Cyber
Chase
Chase one,
was
that's
fun.
like my second favorite one. So.
Naruto. Season 3.
Oh, it's Naruto. Fighting Dream.
I wonder what song that was.
No one follows that.
Was that it? Are we done?
I'm done.
Rules of Nature.
Was it Devil May Cry?
No, it's Metal Gear.
Metal Gear?
Yeah.
It's the theme of Metal Gear Ray from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Oh yeah!
Okay, so I don't know exactly how many points I have. I think I have like 8, but I'd like to declare myself the winner of this round. Brad is probably going to kill my streak, but
And
I am
hold on.
confident in the fact that I won.
Welcome to episode 3 of Protagonist Corner. In this episode, we will be talking about Hyakimaru, the swordsman protagonist in the action-filled series Dororo. Backstory. Hyakimaru was born to the heir of the Diagu clan, or what people call Hyakimaru, half demon child. During his birth, Diagu made a deal with the demon shrine where he promised his newborn son's limbs, Hyakimaru for instance, in exchange for his farmlands to be healthy, along with success during his battles, and other necessities to help his clan reign over everyone else. While he lost his limbs, Hyakimaru was cursed and was called a demon by his own mother. Abandoned and left for dead by his father, Hyakimaru was then found by Jukai, who raised him and made prosthetic limbs for him to walk and fight with. Jukai created arms for him where they have hidden blades built into them to help him fight against demons. As Hyakimaru got older, he left Jukai and searched for his family and the 12 demons that took his limbs. Upon his journey, he discovered a young girl who was in trouble with people because she stole a valuable item from them and was a troublemaker who turned out to be Dororo. When Hyakimaru saw the red soul of the demon come close to Dororo and the men who were beating her up, he went and killed it at ease. When the demon was killed, he regained the skin of his face instead of wearing a mask. Thus begins his deadly journey to defeat demons and for Hyakimaru to return to normal. Personality and comparison. In the beginning, Hyakimaru's personality is revealed too much because he wasn't really able to express himself with a lack of features including talking. Despite being limited access to his world, he is curious, naive, and sensitive to his surroundings. Spoilers. When Hyakimaru was shown warmth and comfort for the first time, which was when he fell in love with a girl named Mio. However, due to his attachment, Mio was killed by Diaga's troops for certain circumstances and led Hyakimaru to go into a complete rage, killing many of the troops, and that eventually led him to becoming a monster that Dororo feels. After these events, his emotions simmered down, and after slaying demons, Hyakimaru learned a lot from Dororo, including generosity and leniency. Abilities. Despite his physical appearance of having prosthetic limbs and the side effects of his father's sacrifice to the demons, Hyakimaru possesses demon-like strength along with enhanced senses, which kept him alive while growing up along with strength stronger than normal humans even as a child. He has immense reflexes to reflect anything coming at him, and even though he might seem normal, he could turn into a demon if his red aura would consume him, but the only thing that helps him from turning is Dororo. Despite these few things, he also has an abnormal healing factor and regeneration, where his wounds heal quicker in only a few seconds. Even though he is blind, he uses soul sight, which grants him the ability to see the color of souls of people and beings. Red means that they are filled with hatred and rage and are demonic, while yellow means steady and normal. His prosthetic body allows Hyakimaru to fight off his enemies by having pop-off arms, which then become blades to slay demons and creatures alike. Besides the abnormal factors, Hyakimaru was trained in sword proficiency by Jukai, the man who raised him in the first place. Overall, Hyakimaru, despite having a prosthetic body, he has the heart and soul of a real swordsman. He is very courteous to those who he cares about the most and is very cautious. Besides being cursed, his abilities help him during his fight, and Dororo is always there by his side to help make sure nothing bad happens. Hyakimaru is very cautious but a careful person because his abilities help him understand what the person is really like, not only by their appearance, but by the color of their soul. He tries his best to fight through the toughest of battles to become human again despite some disadvantages, but he never gives up. If you're looking for a protagonist who will fight despite certain circumstances, who has a heart of gold and the soul of a true swordsman, I recommend that you watch Dororo. See ya.
From the studio that has given you the same picture of Dr. Kleiman every single year. Just when you thought we'd be canceled by our station overlords, your favorite group of college degenerates have crawled back from the fringes of society for a second season. NANI? For one semester now, Animation Nation has been dedicated to bringing you everything that is great in animation. With in-depth character analysis, heated arguments, top 10s, and series reviews. So if you have no self-respect, like animation, and want to help in our mission to bring culture back to our society, why don't you join our show and be with viewers just like you?